And I am back. And you are back. And it's time.
Paradise Killer.
To continue the investigation. Last time, we learned how to super jump by jumping and air dashing upwards. This time, we're headed over there. We're going to break into the military barracks and see what there is to see out there. Whoops. Well, we're going to do that as soon as I can successfully clamber up there. Did I get the super missiles? I did not. I'm sure at some point we will get super missiles. I'm sure that will be tremendously useful in solving this murder mystery. I have to remember how to get up there because it's been a week. Now I want to play a game where Samus is like a criminal investigator. Nah, I'm going the wrong way. I do want to play a game where Samus is like CSI. Hunting a bounty? No, we're not allowed to do that. Hunting a bounty goes against Samus's well-developed character, according to Nintendo of Japan. It's weird. I don't think Nintendo of Japan knows what a bounty hunter is. Like, to be honest. Like, Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter, and, nah, we've never seen him do jack. Can I walk on these? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter. What does Captain Falcon? He zips around in a race car all day. F-Zero G... yeah. Like, F-Zero GX, yes. I know there's a Game Boy Advance game called something like The Legend of Captain Falcon, which is likewise focused on him being basically a superhero. That's the one based on the anime. Yeah, it is. I've never seen the anime yet. I understand it's not actually particularly gripping, but I think I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, this is the courthouse, as it says on screen. What I want is the military barracks. Where is that exactly? Over there? No. I think it's over there. Last time we did a thing... Oh, fish. Last time we did a thing that should allow us to access the military barracks. We caused a big old distraction. So what I'm gonna try to do is figure out how to get in. This is Syndicate HQ still. Getting lost as hell, it will always be one of my problems. Yeah, here's the council building. Where is this in relation to the council building? Syndicate HQ, so I'm going the wrong way entirely. Like, I am out here. And I have to be out here. And there's no compass or anything. Oh, but there is a couple of things.
Relic obtained.
Third island sequence, a time for sorrow. Zeke devolves into mad paranoia, fearing for our future and the demons. He murders so many of us. The noble Montserrat steps forward to end his madness and lead us to light.
Blood crystal obtained.
And we got some money. And some more money up here. And, oh no, wait.
Relic obtained.
Nauseating offering gems. Gems that are offered to the gods via ingestion. I love the visual design in this game so much. It is so ridiculous and so weird. And I am just climbing the outside of the council building. But there is stuff here that we haven't seen. So that means technically it's not the wrong way. Oh, hey, Shinji. You ever think about how messed up this is? All the time. You don't even know what I'm talking about. I haven't even presented the theme of the conversation.
Sorry.
Sorry, I thought it was a general existential question. Exile really did a number on you, huh? You guys are the bad guys.
Sure.
What do you mean? The Syndicate worshipped dying gods that want to rule the world and drowned it in a sea of war and blood.
Sorry.
I don't see how that makes us the bad guys. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. We're all heroes in our own minds, right? Catch you later. I mean, I already agree with him. We're kind of collectively fucked up. Oh, hey, there's a boat. Like, existentially speaking, everything we do around here is really fucked up. Everything we do around here is really fucked up. What even is this? It's skulls, isn't it? No, believe me, I do not consider myself the hero in this situation. I don't consider myself the hero in most situations. Although you can be small cats if you want to. The defeat of Lost Pain. This was before he managed to flee to the dark side of the moon. A popular song on the island is Railgun Love. The lyrics are about using a railgun to destroy the moon and kill Lost Pain before he kills us. The bass in it is really good. Painted by Lydia Daybreak. Yes, we can, should, will, and must blow up the moon. Sorry, Dadarian, it's a moral imperative.
Blood crystal obtained.
Exclusive Silent Goat carving obtained. Silent Goat, the first to speak to us, the Holy Catalyst.
Ha.
Oh, hey, Shinji.
Ah.
Roof of the council building, huh?
Oh.
This is it. The council building. Where the bad shit went down. Can you feel it, Love Dies? The afterglow of murder, of mass murder? Man, I'm getting hard.
Crime is repulsive.
It stinks of crime. It's repulsive. What went on in there? Who did what to who? How did the killer get in? There isn't an entrance on this roof. Some big investigating to do, huh? Enjoy! Thanks, Shinji. But I'm not actually here to investigate. At least not this angle.
Oh.
I've got to find, And if I'm facing the pyramid, that's not the correct way to go. But no, I tend to play a lot of games where I'm not really the hero. Because I'm not particularly heroic. I'm a small fluff bucket that's obsessed with murder and setting things on fire. and making maps and getting lost.
Crystal obtained.
Ooh. Let's buy a drink. C1.
Relic obtained.
Indefinable spectrum obtained. A popular chilled canned coffee. A blend of different flavors made to satisfy any coffee lover. Oh, Paul.
Dead Nebula thanks you for your continued patronage.
You have tried a lot of the refreshing beverages we make. You are a most valued customer. Do you have a favorite? It's so hard to pick a favorite. Never mind that. Remember that upgrade for Starlight we've mentioned? We've come through for you. Hang for a sec. The vending machine has been soft rebooted. You should be able to get the upgrade thing out of it now. Don't forget, it's in the warehouses.
Why?
Why is hardware like that jammed in a vending machine? The Dead Nebula security chief is a real moron. He'd been showing off just before the slaughter ritual. He thinks exposing OS loopholes is a great way to impress people. He's not wrong. Like, if you showed me some OS loopholes, I would probably be pretty impressed.
Why?
Why did he have a Starlight upgrade? He did a favor for someone he shouldn't have in the Syndicate. They promised him a piece of Syndicate tech in return. What he got was an unusable upgrade for use on a device he'd never see. Like we said, moron.
How?
How did it end up in a vending machine? Marshals came knocking, he tried to hide it. It's jammed into the dispensing mechanism. Should come out if you try making a purchase now that it's been rebooted. Works for me, appreciate it.
Go get him, Lady Love Dive.
If the culprit lets out a concession in range of our microphones, we'll let you know. Okay, let's hit the warehouses then, again. Like, never mind my current goal where we have an upgrade to get somewhere. I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure where we are right now. But if I just wander in circles hard enough, eventually I will find what we're looking for. This, I believe, deep in my heart. Deep in my heart of hearts, I do believe that if I just wander enough, I will solve the case. Warehouse. Ooh. There's a thing over there. Unfortunately, this is what you get when your investigator has, like, severe ADHD.
Crystal obtained.
This is the sort of investigation you... Whoop. This is the sort of investigation you get. One with a lot of double jumping. Alright, the warehouses are... Biddly boop, biddly boop. Here's the Danchi. Extrinsic fossil obtained. A fossil of an alien being. The Earth is covered in these. Citizen must have brought it with them. Yes, the warehouses are very biddly boop, biddly boop. I'm very biddly boop, biddly boop. Danchi must mean apartments, because this here is a block of apartments. Oh, hey, Shinji. How's your day going, Love Dive? Having a good time? Having a blast? Investigation is in my blood. That's a spirit. Screw the murdered council, as long as you're getting yours, eh? That's not what I meant. Later, gotta shoot! I love Shinji. He's just such a dick. Why am I checking out this? I don't remember why I'm checking out this building. I think it's because I'm confused. Either way, we're headed to the roof so I can get a better view of the area. Oh, there's a thing.
Relic obtained.
Inquisitive apartment murder report obtained. A newspaper with an article about a string of dismemberments within the apartment. They often happen during the height of summer. People living in cramped conditions give in to dark desires. Maybe it's because I was deceived by a god. I don't think that's why I'm climbing. I mean, it is a possible reason I'm climbing. Maybe I have one of those, like, cordyceps things. And I have to get to the top level so I can sprout. That seems unlikely. What's pinging like a sonar up here? Ooh. Traditional to donate and let blood and prayer at a temple. Alright. May the silent goat walk with me.
Relic
Crying
obtained.
Grudge. Carving the tells of the god Crying Grudge. Nearly killed by the Persian army at the Battle of Beyond Revenge. Body was paraded across the country and displayed above the palace in Shithatra Zero. The tears of the god fertilized the ground, and the city became a sea of lilies. Syndicate members stole the god back and burned the city to the ground. The god has been moved from island to island ever since, guarded in a pyramid. Oh, so that's probably in the pyramid. Tower that broadcasts music. Let's pirate it.
Relic obtained.
Let me get on Bop. A dance under the gaze of demons. You can feel their eyes bulging from the concrete. Let them watch. Let them lust. Let them watch. Oh, and another drink. Yeah, alright. Let's get a drink. B5.
Relic
Parallel
obtained.
red obtained. A blend of different fruits and vegetables full of vitamins and minerals, often drunk morning after the night before. Alright, let me go around, there we go. Where does this go? Oh, hi, Shinji. I always think people without hobbies are natural murderers. If you have nothing to occupy the mind, it's natural to turn to murder. That's chilling, right, Scary? The guy next to you at work that doesn't have a hobby could cut you open. It's quite the logical leap. Can you prove I'm wrong? Basic criminal science, love dies. Get it together. Laters. Somehow I don't buy that one. What does he know about basic criminal science?
Relic
Discarded
obtained.
pistachios. Food to crack open and focus on while you're thinking about a problem. If you're a fan of the X-Files, sunflower seeds work just as well. The plaque says the yellow goat brings light. Huh, does it? Let me just meditate for a second and... there's more stuff over there. So, over there we go. What's this?
Relic
Gleaming
obtained.
male idol card obtained. A collectible card of an amateur pornographic actor. Underground pornography often springs up in the apartment blocks. This doesn't look very underground.
Relic
Joyous
obtained.
fish food. One of the Syndicate's social experiments was to create different social spaces around the apartments. There was decreased violence in this department. Feeding animals makes people happier. A visitor at the end of the world. Take in the view before oblivion. Who are you? Everything and nothing, the sum of this island. Sick little reminder of what must not be allowed. Do you have a name? Makaslan Regaloth. Mika, then. Thank you for coming to see me. This is a dying place, but manners are important. What are you doing here? Right now, I want to ask you some questions. You're an investigator. I want you to investigate things. There will be rewards. How did you know I was an investigator? I am entwined with these apartments. I feel the life breath of them. They're a bad place. More bad than most. Things have happened here. And why do you need things investigating? The desire to know. I came here a long time ago. I possessed this body. It was a mistake. I managed to avoid all manners of hooks and bait while I waited for the island to end. Please, tell me about things you have found. Fine, what do you want to know? I thirst for missing knowledge. Where did people play dominoes on this island? I can tell by the look in your eye that you do not know the answer. Please find dominoes so you may learn something and come back to me. Alright, that's a valid question. Where did people play dominoes on this island? We will have to find out. Aesthetic water obtained. A water filtered through volcanic rock for absolute purity. There aren't any volcanoes on the island. Alright, no, really, I do want to get to the military base at some point. And I believe the military base is close by. Here's the Danchi. Here's Citizen Apartments. There's the Marshal Barracks. So I believe the Marshal Barracks are right over there. Right there. I'm looking at them. Straight at them. So now we're going over there. What are the odds we're gonna get there? Low, I feel. This is a good tune.
Those crystals obtained.
I guess we're gonna have to go to the bridge. Oh, hello, dog. You've already had treats. Whooper. I guess we cannot give Bearchan more treats. Which is a shame. Bearchan deserves additional treats. Alright, I think we are directly adjacent. Like, this is the military facility. The barracks. So all I have to do is get up on it. And, well, this is the courthouse. It is impossible for me to actually find an access. No, that's gotta be it. That has to be it. There has to be a way. There's got to be a better way! Hi, Shinji. What do you have to say? You're in it neck deep. Up to your eyes in crime. On a battlefield with psychos and criminals.
I'm glad to be back.
That's my job. And you're cool with it?
Got it.
You can't investigate if there aren't crimes. So what you're saying is, you never want to wipe out crime because then you'll have nothing to do? That's one way of looking at it. It's the only way if you ask me. I mean, yeah.
Recording obtained.
I'm going to find out what's going on. This isn't right. The island feels wrong. I'm gonna blow this wide open. The Syndicate. This island feels wrong. Alright. Can I jump from, like, right about here over to there? Yes, good. In loving memory of Tamago, the best Hamu and my best friend. I've already bought this machine out. This is definitely the right place. I just need to, like, get into it. Somehow. I got there once before, man. I can do it again. I'm lying. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I think I've got it. There we go! I'm on the roof! I unlocked a fast travel point? Shit! I did! Well, I'm just used to not thinking of that as an option. I unlocked a well, I found a bunch of collectibles, and really that's what's most important in life. Not solving crimes and finding collectibles. Ooh.
Nightmare computer.
Alright. This is a fairly basic sequence. We've done this one before. No, it's the smaller one. Alright, Cosmos. We've got the moon. We've got the star. Thank you, Azura.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
We've infiltrated the barracks. We're in. Oh, what's this?
Nightmare computer.
Let's see, that's a skull with little dinkly horns. Moon and star. We have your basic ANSI standard goat. Goat face, you got a big goat. And it needs, bendy horns. Bendy horns. And then we got, like, 3 moon
Nightmare
wolves.
computer unlocked.
Hey! What's in here?
Scene investigation.
Prisoner transfer record. Some records about prisoner transfers that stand out. Akiko removed 2 prisoners that are unaccounted for a day before the murder. Why? An encrypted file in a suspicious-looking folder outside the main marshal file. Starlight directed security on it. Kenshi. Starlight got me into the marshal servers. If Akiko finds out, I'm not sure how long my head will stay on my shoulders.
Got it.
These are prisoner transfer records. As well as the desolation cell. There's a prison within these barracks for the non-demon possessed prisoners. Looks like Akiko removed 2 prisoners 2 days ago. There's no record of them being brought back to the prison. Oh ho, 2 prisoners, huh?
What the hell?
I can draw a line between that and the 2 bodies. This file is encrypted.
Sorry.
It's a photo of a strangled woman.
I have a bad feeling
My
about
job is a
this.
never-ending joy.
Sure.
The metadata says this came from a folder called Grace Bloodlines examination. I'll hang on to this. Grace Bloodlines examination. That makes some sense if I'm getting everything right. Not sure if I am, but I'm really starting to see how this crime is coming together. And I'm not sure I like the picture I'm assembling much. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't involve, you know, people in power. But of course it involves people in power. Who else is gonna commit crimes? At least big investigative ones. Oh, is there anything up there? Well, if there is, I missed it. Whoops. Just gotta make sure and look behind everything. Hello? Okay. Alright, let's go down like a normal... like a semi-normal person. Ooh, or maybe not. Oops. Or maybe so. Armory and combat halls. My blood vial hasn't been authorized for this door. Doubt Akiko will allow that. Yeah, I don't think I can get back up on there. Even so, let's take a quick glance around. Alright, up. Oh, I found the way out, I think. Yeah, the barracks are sealed, unless you're a marshal. The soft alarm in the background is at least soft and not too grating, but I want to escape it as fast as possible. Marshal quarters, mess hall, and training hall. Blood vials not authorized. Well, let's donate to the temple. Let some blood.
Relic of Time.
A carving detailing the god New Knight. A humanoid with 2 dog heads. A warrior clad in gold armor. Carries a spear, sword, and shield. Based for forces in Romania. It's rare to have any Romanian representation in games. This door leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. Coded only to Akiko's blood vial. Have I seen everything in here? Likely not. I think you need to talk to the statue. Really? Is that possible? Oh, wow. Ah, you big. I'm not allowed to do that. Okay. Talk to the... Oh, this... New Knight, the Holy Warrior. The slaughter of the chained star system.
The investigator is here.
New Knight is an arrogant goddess that only deems soldiers worthy of her attention. The Syndicate got superstitious after any statues of her outside martial grounds were destroyed by red lightning on the 5th island. Since then, there's only ever been one statue of her on each island. Henry says he remembers seeing New Knight last night.
What the hell?
He come past the statue.
Ooh, the
If he
investigator
did,
is
it means
here.
he came through the barracks. This is the only one on the island. That's true. That's good evidence. That means Henry took a different route to the council building. Which route did he actually take? You'd definitely be able to see the statue from the tunnel that... And New Knight's presence is all over this area. So, yeah, if Henry, came through here, which he did, yeah, I have to leave the alarm behind at some point. I'm just checking to be sure there's nothing, like, I'm missing from not parkouring around. And again, as I say, there probably is, but my goal is not to 100% this game. My goal is to make a plausible throw at it. Anyway, now that we've investigated that, we still have a lot of people to talk to. Run straight to her marshals. I should speak with them at the barracks. Really now? Well, that means, oh, I almost grabbed the top of it. That means, I think, going back around to the front door and seeing if we're able to talk to the marshals. Ooh, but first... Money!
Crystal obtained.
This was a dumb but first. Right, I did unlock fast travel though, so I can just fast travel. Can I use this? Yeah, yes, whoops. Pardon me while I click outside the game window and reset everything. It's locked from the other side. Well, that's fine.
Plus crystal obtained.
Unlock it. Well, that had to happen. I'm very good at navigating, is the important thing. I am the best navigator you'll ever see. That's a lie. You will always find me in games, but I will never find anything. Well, as long as I'm out here. There's a couple of things over there that I can pick up. Studded all over the mountain. And then I'll find a fast travel point, and I will fast travel back to that point. Really? Underneath the bridge, but I can't get under the bridge from here. And I'll travel I will travel fastly. My travel will be fast. My fast will be traveled. I will fast while traveling. And when I get there, I'll get a burger.
Plus crystal obtained.
I'm in entirely the wrong place. Well, no, there is a fast travel button over here. Over here. Where was that, Now, come on. There were 2 hearts out in this field. And they are straight ahead of me. pin badge made to celebrate Perfect 25. A bin badge. What is a bin badge? Write it down in your copybook now. Oh, wait, I needed to check the phone records. That's a good reason to be out here. I already cracked this computer. Right, I can just climb on up. It's making theremin noises. I love theremin noises. Scan phone records. Go for witness's phone.
The investigator is here.
Got the record. A call was made by Akiko to witness. Witness was in his apartment. But it says Akiko was at the Syndicate HQ. That's weird. She told me she was at the distillation cell.
I don't like
She
this.
lied to me.
Sure.
There's an unknown number in here. It's not in any Syndicate phone records. That's a lot of digits. It was dialed at midnight last night. The call picked up, but ended in under a second. This matches the receiver on the killer demon crate I found in the council penthouse. Looked like Witness dialed that number at midnight last night.
That's weird.
Did he intentionally open the crate when the council were killed? I would say yes. I would say we've got our murder weapon. It was a demon. Scan Yuri's phone.
Ooh, the investigator
the
is
record.
here.
Looks like all the calls made to or by Yuri happened at the celebratory gardens. All the calls from last night are from Yuri to Lydia. All about the same length. These are him directing her to different syndicate members for pickup. Please review the data between 2350 and 1 midnight.
That's weird.
There's a gap. The phone went dark for 10 minutes. Why? Unknown. Yuri was Lydia's handler last night. I should ask her if she had trouble contacting him. Alright. We got some concrete fucking evidence. Alright, unlock fast travel
All
here.
travel unlocked.
I will probably need this place.
Alloy skins obtained.
Alright. I want to go to... Where do I find Lydia to talk to her normally? The gates, I think? Alright, I want to go to, Oh, I didn't activate the Marshall Barracks hotspot. Interesting. I could have sworn I did that. Yeah, I could have sworn I did that. Oh well. I want to go to the warehouses then. So I don't really need to go anywhere from here. I get my blood crystal back. I approach from Witness's place. Good to know. I want to go to the warehouses that are out here. The warehouses aren't out here. They're down by the factory. Well, the factory is close enough by here that I can get there. I think. Factory. The warehouses. They are not here. They are down this way. Alright. Another thing I want to do. Here they are. we go down under. And there is the Starlight update in here. Nice work. Machine was broken before. This is the one Dead Nebula told me to look for.
Key item obtained.
Visions of Warship. A knowledge tablet for Starlight. Please manually install from Starlight's inventory. Etched by a pilgrim to the harrowing marble prayer citadels on a planet forgotten by all but the gods. Allow Starlight to process warship glyphs. Yo. You got the upgrade. Good work. Told you we'd come through for you. Thanks for the help. No worries. Always got to help the investigator of a mass murder. Don't forget to install it from Starlight's inventory. Don't you think it's a hassle? An unnecessary step? Friction is nice, makes things more meaningful. I guess. We'll let you get back to it. Remember to buy more drinks. Buy more drinks.
Install complete.
Alright, we now have Starlight fully decked out. Now then, there was somewhere I wanted to go. And I saw it from above. And I'm fairly close to it. So let's see if I can find... Okay, I found the water. There's only water on one side, right? Yeah, water on one side. So if I can go out this way, we can hit Dr. Doom Jazz's yacht.
Crystal obtained.
Now we've been meaning to talk to Doom Jazz. He's got, Doom Jazz sounds like a good time. See, I keep thinking Dr. Doom and then Jazz. So it's like Jazz played through a metal faceplate. If it's just Doom Jazz, then it sounds, you know, leisurely. And of course, you know, it could be like MF Doom Jazz.
Crystal obtained.
Alright. Don't need to go that way, because we are on the dock. Yep, here's his yacht. Any secrets on the yacht? Couple. You do not look anything like what I imagined you to look like.
Dr. Doom Jazz.
Lady Love dies.
As gorgeous as you were 3 million days ago.
Dr. Doom Jazz.
The Syndicate's head doctor, born in the Cannon Fortress, Scotland, in AD 988 under the sign of cosmic deceit. Growing up during a military campaign, Doom Jazz longed to become a doctor to tend to the wounded. He snuck into the haunted Ziggurat Medical School and studied in the library after hours. He became their top student and battlefield medic. He was captured during the Great Betrayal, losing his arms in a torture chamber before being rescued by Ai's Kiwami. The two fled to join the Syndicate.
Want to play doctors and nurses?
And Starlight, the perfect pair! I've missed the Doom Jazz charm offensive.
I've missed you, Love Dies.
And I've missed the Love Dies sack. How have you been? Still the same old Doom Jazz?
Investigator.
Things are swell down here. I assume you got the memo about last night.
Got it.
Something like that.
I see.
I presume you're here on business and not for something nicer. I've only just got back. I'm not sleeping with you immediately. Do you have a time scale? I'll be sure to keep you updated.
Fabulous.
You're in high spirits, considering our leader and council have been murdered.
I'm a professional.
We all deal with grief in different ways. Do not be mistaken, I am well aware that this is a catastrophe. I'm just not one for outwardly displaying misery.
Ah,
What's your take on the syndicate on this island?
I'm worried.
Keep myself to myself. I'm not interested in the schemes. It's exhausting. Drama and politics are drugs. It's best not to get hooked. That's a medical opinion.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Tells me all I need to know about the state of this place. Anything else I can help you with? Let's hang out and see if we can get laid. Got a sec,
I've
Doc?
got all the time in the world for you.
You know that.
I've missed you, Love Dies.
It's been so long since we spent time together. You're still a wine and whiskey woman. Not a lot of either in the Idlelands. You want a glass with me? Enjoy the island for a few minutes before getting back to all the murder. I've got a bottle of Freedom Letter open. I'd love a glass, just a small one though.
Fabulous.
That's the spirit.
Lady Love Dies.
How's it feel to be investigating again?
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Haha!
Indeed it is.
Sure.
How has the doctor been since I last saw him?
Wonderful.
Keeping entertained, you know? It's a small island, but there's always a way to have fun.
Sure.
I'm sure there is.
Haha!
Only one way to find out.
I was born to investigate.
Do you want to be a suspect in an out-of-hours investigation?
Fabulous.
You can come around to open my case file anytime.
Theoretically.
Maybe you've got some time right now? Each second I spend here allows the truth to sink further into shadows. Paradise can't wait, eh? Feel free to swing by any time, Love Dies. I'll keep that in mind.
Wonderful.
I am enraptured by you, Love Dies. Besottled and enthralled.
Don't test me.
Where's this going? I understand the key to your heart is information. You desire the unknown. You desire to know about people.
You've got this wrong.
Maybe there's something I can help you with. That's new. Let's probe him. Yeah, theoretically speaking. You said you might be able to help me?
You've got this wrong.
Love Dies, you've charmed me. Despite the tragedy of last night, the island is infinitely more radiant now that you're here. Because it's you, and I can't get you out of my head, I'll break some ethics. I've treated witness for death scream trauma. He started complaining and been able to hear screaming on occasion.
I'm worried.
We had no idea what the cause was, but it kept happening. I eventually narrowed it down to psychic death screams. Got a fancy name for headaches? Something like that. When someone dies, they involuntarily emit a death scream and a burst of psychic energy. Normally you can't hear them, but he'd become attuned to them. How?
How?
That's still a mystery. I don't know if we'll ever know. He attributes it to the gods' anger. He's all doom and gloom about us not doing enough to please the gods. He's taken it as one of the many signs of the end times. Death scream trauma. That's metal as fuck. What treatment does he take? High-strength migraine relief. That's the only thing that's worked. What about during the citizen slaughter ritual at the end of an island? Really, that would be overwhelming. That's different. The priest conducting the ritual will channel the psychic energy released by the slaughter and energy of the gods. It's dissipated away from the island.
The investigator is here.
Does anyone else suffer from them?
Hey.
We had a case on Island 15. A syndicate member killed themselves because they kept hearing them. But no one else on this island? Not in the way Witness does. I think demons can probably feel them. Every demon we've encountered has been attuned to psychic energy. Would this include the demonically possessed?
Theoretically.
Probably, but I can't say for sure.
The investigator is here.
How would it affect them? I can imagine a spike in adrenaline. Anything else about Witness?
You've got this wrong!
I've been worried about his mental health.
That's not nice.
He's become secretive and guarded. Manifesting in the standard ways, and multiple appointments with him have been interrupted by phone calls. He won't take a call with someone in the room, and always steps out onto his balcony. Other people have reported the same thing. Who? Architect Carmelina. Him. Excuse me for a minute. That's still capturing, isn't it? Where's my microphone? Well, anyway. My throat's starting to get rough from reading. The water is helping, though. Did not hear anything, that's good.
What the hell?
Why are you suddenly telling me this? It's been playing on my mind. I've been thinking about last night and the lunatics we have on the island. Then the heavens sent an angel to come and question me. So you're breaking patron confidentiality to try to get into my pants.
Huh?
Is it working? I'll let you know. That's a good line. That's a good line. Alright, let's check the case files. We have so much. So much. Alright. Start off with an alibi.
Where?
Where were you at the time of the murder?
What?
I was in my clinic until I was called to examine Henry. He was found outside the council building, blood everywhere. I checked him over. Akiko has my report for you. Go see her if you haven't already.
Ha!
Syndicate buildings logs should confirm my alibi. I've already seen them. They confirm your claim. Alright. Let's talk about Henry. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? I don't know what to tell you, Love Dies. He's clearly possessed, and I wasn't under the rest 10 years ago.
How?
Do you think there's something suspicious? Try the crime scene. His apartment in the dead zone. Alright. Go in with suspicion. Can you think of anyone that's got motive?
Ha!
That's a biggie. Such a terrible
The
crime.
island is about to
I'm afraid I
end.
don't know anything about it. Everyone's innocent or as guilty as each other. You think Henry did this
Indeed.
job? You're in my report?
Sure.
Everything in it lined up with the official version of events.
Ha!
Well, there you go then.
Ah,
That didn't answer my question.
Strange.
That's all I can tell you. I don't speculate on suspicions and hunches. I'm looking for facts. Can you make an exception for me?
What?
You only speak to me when you want something. Love Dies. It hurts. Just doing my job. There's a mass murder that needs solving. I'm not going to speculate. You can bring anything you want to me for my fact-based opinion, though.
Lady Love dies.
What do you think about it? There's no way Henry did it. Not at this point. There's too many
the
holes.
facts and the truth are not the same.
It's a nice story. People like to believe the easiest answer that fits their worldview.
Got it.
We kidnap citizens and force them to pray to genocidal gods. Of course the Syndicate would believe one of the vile working class would do this.
Got it.
There's something else at work here.
Ha ha!
Well, at least you have a working theory. Alright, can I talk to him about KHX? You know about KHX's disappearance? I heard he was missing, keeps to himself, so I don't see him a lot. You been up to his place on the cliffs? Yes, I found his dead body! Why does no one want to talk about his dead body? Know anything about demons on the island?
Huh?
What are you talking about, Love Dies? The marshals killed them all, didn't they? Alright, that's fair. Did you examine the dead guards at the First Holy Seal? Nope, Akiko wouldn't let me. Oh, there's a red flag. There is a flag on the play.
Nanny, the hell?
Yeah, Nani the hell, that's what I said, basically. Why?
Investigator.
She said that's military jurisdiction. She didn't want the corpses of her soldiers disrespected with a post-mortem.
That's weird.
Even though there could be evidence.
I see.
In her mind, she's already got the case solved. Henry's behind bars, and he clearly did it.
Ah,
Do you believe that? I'm not much into belief, Love Dies. I'm waiting to see what truth you find. Is there a database of DNA or blood samples for everyone on the island?
Hypothetically?
You want to run some blood? Wish I could help. Just after the crisis meeting last night, parts of the central server started corrupting. Really?
don't test me.
That's convenient. That's very that's remarkably convenient.
What?
Isn't it? Became aware of it because the terminal in my lab does an automated backup in the early hours.
Hypothetically?
I got a report the backup failed. I took a look at it and part of the medical archive had corrupted.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
What about the backup of the central server on the moon?
This is bad.
That went down as well. The corruption spread. Not to all the moon database. I can still access most of the files on there. Where is the server on the island? In the caverns under the island. Mother Hero Heavy Industries maintains it. The only entrance into the cavern is via the Deep Factory, and that's under lockdown. Why? The Deep Factory is shut down at the end of the island. Only 4 people can unlock it. Council member Mucket Origin ran Mother Hero. Her dead body is up in the council penthouse. Same with Pandora, too. She ran Dead Nebula in the Deep Factory. Nicolina Rose is second in command of Dead Nebula, but they're on the next island. Lydia took them early on. And Balthazar Tears is Moxon's assistant at Mother Hero. He's on the next island as well.
Don't test me.
I'll go to the 25th island and bring Nicolina and Balthazar back. They can open up the Deep Factory so I can find out what the hell is going on with that server.
Fabulous!
Not so fast, Love Dies. No one leaves this island, Judge's orders. Besides, you need Lydia to take you to the next island, and she's on your list of suspects, right?
Got it.
What do I do about this server?
I see.
2 options. Chalk it up to bad luck and coincidence, or let it fuel a dreadful, all-consuming conspiracy. Both are good options. I'll go for the second one.
Wonderful!
Keep on trucking, Love Dive. Of course the system went down. That only points even more towards somebody in power. I could press him on, like, everybody's alibi. What's your motive, Doc?
The island is about to end!
I haven't got a motive, Love Dies.
I don't like this.
Everyone has a motive, they just haven't thought hard enough.
How?
Don't most investigators quote philosophers at this point in the conversation?
I don't like this.
Quoting is a crutch for the weak. Learn to have your own thoughts. What if your thoughts aren't as good as the philosophers? Good doesn't matter. What matters is that they're yours.
Fabulous.
I've missed these chats, Love Dies. Nice deflection. Way to block. I could keep pushing him, but I think I'm... Well... Ah. Okay, you're getting a little too close to telling me what to do there. I appreciate the help, but only the help. Still, as long as it's out there. What do you know about the 4th Holy Seal? Not a thing, Love Dies. Council secrets and all that. Fair. Not the 2nd seal? Not a thing. And 3rd... Council Blood. The 3rd Holy Seal is a block coded to Council
worry.
Blood.
Got it.
Makes sense.
I'm
Who's got
professional.
Council Blood? That's a trick question, Love Dies. Only the Council. What if that wasn't true?
Why?
You're asking if someone secretly has Council Blood. It's a stretch, Love Dies. What about you? Do you keep samples of Council Blood? I do for medical reasons. They're locked down, though. Could someone have taken one?
Strange.
They're under high security.
Sure.
Anything suspicious recently? Nope. Anyone been in your clinic who shouldn't be in there recently?
That's not nice.
Nope, although I did catch Sam in there. He was picking up his prescription, though.
Sure.
Can you check the Council Blood samples are all accounted for? Let me just pull up the inventory on my phone. Sorry, the app is taking ages to load.
Theoretically?
That's odd, there's one missing, but the security alarm didn't go off. Whose sample is missing? Kafka memories.
Sure.
There's an anomaly with Kafka's login to the blood log.
Why?
I have a
Bad
bad
love,
feeling
guys.
about this.
You don't need to tell me. This puts you and or Sam at the scene.
I
And I'm
had
gonna
nothing
think
to
it's
do with
Sam.
this.
I loosely trust Doom Jazz. He's too much of a himbo to lie to me. That's not true. He's probably lying to me in some way, but... maybe he took the sample and used it.
I had nothing to do with
But
this.
sure as hell wasn't me. Why don't we know who Henry's father is?
How?
You mean, why wasn't that tracked like every other birth? Yes, you're the doctor, after all. When she gave birth, she said she didn't know who the father was. What about DNA? The test came up blank.
Oh.
Isn't that concerning? Very. Not a lot I can do, though. Why would a DNA test come up blank? We missed someone and don't have them recorded? I don't think this is important, Love Dies. I'm not sure how this relates to the council murder.
The investigator
What
is
if someone
here.
deliberately kept the birth a secret? Why would they do that? Someone having an affair they shouldn't be. It's a possibility, but they need some high-level clearance for that. Or access to you.
I'm a professional.
Quite the accusation, investigator. Tell me about the inhibitors used to sedate Henry. Mother Hero Heavy Industries Tech. Drugs that sedate the body and inhibit psychic ability. They were designed specifically for victims of demonic possession. Calm the body and mind and stop them from lashing out. Henry's dosage level has been correct for the last decade.
The investigator is here.
Do you know if anything can interfere with Henry's inhibitors?
I'm worried.
You're not the first person to ask, Love Dies.
Strange.
The island is about to
Witness.
end.
Witness is responsible for overseeing the end of an island and ensuring it all goes smoothly. He's obsessed with fail points in the process. He got worried that Henry could be a fail point. Could he get loose at the end? He's executed and not part of the slaughter ritual with the other citizens. There's a time when he's out of his cage before he's executed. Akiko handles the execution, so he's in safe hands. But Witness got obsessed about the inhibitors that keep Henry sedated.
The investigator is here.
Are they a fail point?
Theoretically.
Possibly, but you'd have to get past the Grand Marshal. He'd need a massive spike of adrenaline, and the only way I can think of to provide that would be an injection. Well, or, psychic death screams. Could someone have done that? Adrenaline is manufactured by the body. You need a drug to induce it artificially. His blood work came back clean, though. No one gave him that drug. Akiko thinks the demon tricked the inhibitors, and that's how Henry escaped. Certainly a theory. Is it a good one? There's no proof. Can't say anything without proof.
Hypothetically.
We've never encountered this phenomenon before, but every race of demons is different. It's worth considering, but you need to try and find proof before relying on a theory. Keep that in mind. Alright, there is somebody else I want to check out. May the cosmos be a mystery, and may you reach the moon. There's someone else I want to check out. Who specifically is it? I want to check out Carmelina. She is up there, fairly close by.
Oh.
The
Is
back door to
this a
Doom
fact
Jazz's clinic.
or a
This should be covered by the Syndicate HQ logs, but the door log looks broken. That means it won't log who enters and exits. Wonder if Doom Jazz uses this. That's actually a really good question to ask. Have you noticed your back door is fucking busted?
Doctor Doom Jazz.
I found a door.
What?
Door?
Got it.
The back door to your clinic.
Sure.
The connection to the Nightmare console that logs who enters and exits the Syndicate HQ has been broken.
Haha!
Is it really? I had no idea.
Sure.
No, you didn't. Well, that got me fucking nowhere.
Ha.
The investigation.
A photo of Akiko. Wine. Doom Jazz always gets the best bottles. If you do spend the night with him, you at least get a nice glass of wine out of it. Several, really. Power tools. He does his own maintenance on his arms. A medical textbook. This looks long, detailed, and boring.
That's strange.
Does Doom Jazz hold a candle for Akiko? Always thought he was a love him and leave him type. Yo, what's up with the photograph?
Jazz.
What's the photo of Akiko in your boat?
Investigator.
None of your business, investigator. But
Investigator.
I said none of your business, leave it. Alright. Fair, fair. There is something up here. Money.
Those crystals obtained.
And there is something out there on the dock. Save point. Let's save because we haven't.
Game saved.
A jet ski. Oh, this gets me to the pyramid. I've been wondering about this.
Nightmare computer.
Alright, we've got a skull. We've got the pyramids. We've got the moon and star. And this must be a warship thing, yeah. We got some crazy legs. A torso. Bigger torso. And some arms, no? Any different arms? Maybe I need a different torso? No.
Nightmare computer
There we go.
unlocked.
Let's see what's in the pyramid. Hey. Crying grudge. I do not read Linear B. Translation. Why am I plagued by insects? Translation. You don't seem particularly fazed by meeting a god. I'm having a strange day. This isn't the weirdest thing I've done. Translation. Too many of you have come to see me these last few years, exploiting my weakened fate.
That's strange.
Who? Your mad king, obsessed little shit. The masked man, a sneaky one, that one. So that's Witness. The masked man is Witness. I don't know who the king is. The woman that builds, the architect, Carmilla, she's pure in her goals. I admire her. And now you. Who are you? I'm the investigator. What are you investigating?
Sure.
Last night, someone murdered the council. Translation. The Mad King is dead? Oh, the Mad King would be the leader of the council then. Okay.
What the hell?
Why do you refer to Montserrat as mad? Oh, that's a block of text. Why are there, like, missing font characters in here? He believed he was more than he was. Anyone like that is mad. He doubled down on his madness, though. His plans for the island? The arrogance. Who was the masked man that came to see you? Are all of you like him? I live like that. You need to find out why he took my flesh from me. Do you have a name? The one that oversees the end of an island. I have met him before. He came to me recently. Witness? What did he want? My flesh.
Got it.
Why? The key to a lock, same as the woman. You called her a builder. Do you mean Architect Carmelina? She is more creative. She had a better plan. What plan are you talking about? A flesh was fused with another. My body lives elsewhere on this island. Is this your flesh? My body. That was a strip the masked man took.
Ooh, the
How can you
investigator
be so
is here.
sure? Look at this wound. They match. Anyone else stop by to tear a strip off? When the Mad King wasn't so mad, he used my flesh to make the lock. He wore it on a pendant. No one can open the lock without him. Oh. The Mad King's fourth holy seal. You need my flesh to pass through it. What do you know about someone possessed by a demon? I can feel him out there. The anger emanating is like a smog. Did he get some of your flesh? He didn't come here. But who can say? Believe me, I'm bored of you. Well, that spelled out. Well, that spelled out a few things. I cannot jump over the door of the pyramid. And I don't think there's anything... Oof. I want to get away from here, actually. I want to get as far away from here as I can, as fast as I possibly can. So that spelled out a lot, you know? That confirms that, yes, I really want to talk with Carmelina. I think she should really be the next person I try to find and talk to. And she is right up there, I think. So I'm going to use... Elevate me. Love in an elevator? Love dies in an elevator? Hello, what's in here?
Scene investigation.
Dr. Doomjazz's clinic, the front door. A confidential report about victims of vampiric attacks. This is a classified report about vampiric murders
That's
on the
it.
island. 5 victims killed by what appeared to be a
I
vampire.
have a bad feeling
The last
about
victim
this.
was found on the beach and was the only one to have any trace of the perpetrator's saliva on
The
them.
truth is
The
revealed.
perp was ID'd and arrested by the marshals, a citizen.
Sure.
Cause of vampirism was unknown. Well, I don't know if that's relevant, but... The gods formed an elite guard retinue of these creatures from Mars. They are fiercely loyal and revered just as much as the gods themselves. Lost Pain. He escaped to the moon's dark side during the Great Betrayal. He's trying to drain the moon's power to complete his resurrection. We need to deal with him before that happens. Right, She is in there. Looks like I can insert something into the slots on this mural. Probably nothing I've got. Otherwise it would be prompting me. Oh. A red crest. It's Resident Evil. I need more crests. Oh boy. Alright. In the meantime, I should probably try to get into the building, since she seems to be in there. Does this go back up? Is this where I came in? Oh, this took me up. Okay. Well, this is fine. I do want to see what's up here. The plaque says the blue goat brings fruit. Alright, she is down there. Hey, Shinji. What's up with the birds on this island?
Paradise feels wrong.
The island is waiting to die. Our reality is broken. That makes the birds fly backwards? That's messed up. Can't say I'm a fan.
That's weird.
Fan of what? This whole pocket of reality you've got going on.
Don't test me.
Thanks for your input. Always a pleasure.
Ha!
Yeah, please do not fly backwards. That is apparently unhealthy. Uncomfortable for demons. And foxes. And fox demons. The leader, Montserrat, may the silent goat always walk with you. The last time I saw Montserrat was when I was exiled 3 million days ago. The crime you committed is severe. Your actions could have ended the Syndicate. You let yourself be deceived by damned Harmony. The god used you to exact a plot against us, threatening our holy mission and endangering the rest of the holy cosmic pantheon. Cannot believe you of all people let this happen. It breaks my heart. You served us so well and for so long. Do you have anything to say? Those deceived by gods are victims, not criminals. Victims? I did not willingly embrace damned Harmony. Gods deceive you by manipulating your psyche. They can only do that if they find a weakness. You should have no weakness. You were the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. You were supposed to protect us against these dangers. You failed us. Sentence is exile. You will be sent to the Idle Lands for the rest of your eternal life. The Paradise Psycho Unit will be disbanded. Goodbye, Lady Loved Eyes. We will never meet again. Harsh, but...
Halt! What do you want, freak?
let me in. To see Carmelina. Is she expecting you?
Don't test me.
I'd hope so. She should know the investigator is on the island. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 already has the suspect in custody. Crime is solved.
I don't like this.
Let's not do this. Just take me to see Carmelina.
Whatever, freak.
She waits in the throne room.
Architect Carmelina silent.
Lady Love dies. The investigator is here.
Architect Carmelina.
Carmelina silent.
Architect of the island sequences. Born to Romeo and Natasha Silence on the 4th island sequence under the sign of Blood Dancer. Her parents were skilled island architects and taught her how to weave psychic will into structure. Carmelina has since become a genius architect and will soon achieve the perfect island. Romeo Silence was seduced by the god Cosmic Deceit and committed treason against the Syndicate. As part of his punishment, no member of the Silence family will ever be allowed on the council. Her mother was killed fighting to protect the council during the demonic invasion on the 9th island sequence.
The investigation free.
Exile wasn't permanent for the investigation freak, or her little computer. That is a weird-looking dog. Then again, she bends like a naga, so...
Got it.
The Syndicate needs me, I
This is
answer.
nonsense.
This is the worst crime in our history. Leader Montserrat and the entire council have been taken from us. Losing Montserrat to an act of savagery is a loss all of us in the Syndicate will struggle to overcome.
Crime is repulsive.
I will make sure they're avenged.
Do your job.
Your sentiment is superfluous. The killer has already been apprehended by the Grand Marshal.
Got it.
Take it up with Judge.
We have achieved perfection.
Do your job and go back to the Idle Lands. Why did Judge choose you to assume the role of leader?
Craft is its own reward.
Temporary leader, don't forget that.
We have achieved
The
perfection.
law still stands. I am a servant, not a leader. The sins of my father still bind me.
I don't like this.
That's what I don't get. Your father's punishment still stands. You shouldn't be on the throne.
We have achieved perfection.
You're out of the loop. The next island will be perfect, and I am the architect. I will see us to the new island and then step aside. Any guarantee of that?
This is nonsense.
Law is law. The leader cannot overturn it without unanimous council backing. The marshals work for the council, not the leader. They will ensure the law is carried out.
Craft is its own reward.
I'm an artist, a craftswoman. I have no desire to manage and administrate. These concrete halls are vessels for bureaucracy, not art.
I am the leader.
I hope you can close this incident quickly. This island wants to die. Perfect 25 is coming. The murderer is in custody.
The facts and the
Alleged
truth are not.
murderer.
Do your job.
Do not ignore the evidence to find a truth that isn't there. I'm here to hunt the truths that haunt this island, no matter which truth you may cling to.
Believe what you want. Can I help you with anything?
Investigator, can I help you with anything? Well, first off, let's hang out. Can I ask you something, Architect? What's your dog's name? Platinum. When did you get him?
Craft is its own reward.
This island a few years ago. During an abduction operation, a stray followed the marshal's pack. I never had you down as a dog person. I thought you'd be more into cats.
Investigate.
I wanted a companion that doesn't talk. Cats are fine, but I see too much of myself in them.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
Can I pet him? If you must. Who's a good boy? Are you a good boy? Can you help me sniff out the murderer?
Can I help you with anything?
Can I help you with anything else, Investigator? I am busy. You can pet the dog in Paradise Killer. Alright. Okay. Let's start with her alibi. Where were you last
We have
night?
achieved perfection.
Visiting witness. His role is to oversee the end of an island. The last moments are best enjoyed with an old friend. Do you often visit witness? Not in recent times. Our paths diverged.
Sure.
Did you need an alibi for something, perhaps?
It is cowardly to insinuate, investigator.
Yeah, but it's also really fun. I visited him to watch the last flawed island die.
Ooh, the
What
investigator
time did
is
you
here.
arrive? About 9 p.m. The logs on his apartment should be able to confirm that.
Got it.
I've already checked the logs. They confirm your location.
Craft is its own
As
reward.
expected.
Investigator.
I'll save you a question as well. I left when Judge summoned us for a crisis meeting. Sometime after midnight.
Sure.
Are you sure you have witnessed all night?
We have achieved perfection.
All night?
Ah,
And you didn't leave him for a moment?
investigate.
You have something you wish to ask, Investigator.
When love dies,
What
all that remains are the facts.
What about when Akiko called him? Did he leave the room? He did leave the room to take the call on his balcony. People leave the room for other reasons as well.
Do your job.
You wish for me to recall each time either of us went to the bathroom? Can you do that? Because it would be really cool. Alright, let's push on Witness's alibi. How was Witness last night? Anything strange?
Do your job.
He wasn't happy I was there. He seemed agitated.
That's strange.
How did this behavior manifest? His mask lets you see more than you think it does. Surprise, confusion, worry.
Sure.
Do you think he was involved with the murder? That's not for me to say. I'm just trying to be helpful. The witness looked like he was in pain when the council was murdered.
This is nonsense.
You know about his illness. Witness suffers greatly whenever someone dies on these islands. Be they syndicate or citizen or syndicate member. Last night he doubled over in pain, breathless in agony. He suffers so much when there is a death.
Crime cannot hide.
Can you think of anyone that would want to strike towards the
I
council?
am the leader.
Asking such a thing is dreadful. The prime suspect is behind bars and needs to be executed.
This is nonsense.
All of us are loyal members of the syndicate. I can't think of anyone that would commit a crime like this. You have no reason to suspect anyone in the syndicate at all?
We have achieved perfection.
Why would I? Perfect 25 is coming and we're on the verge of a new era.
Craft is its own
The
reward.
future was bright for the syndicate before last night happened. Architect, what do you know about the crime last night? Only what we were told by the Grand Marshal in the Crisis meeting.
How dare you?
Henry broke free and murdered the council.
That's weird.
Why would a citizen have the motive and the ability to kill the council? Breaching all of the holy seals?
What?
Not for me to question. Or there's any question at all.
Sure.
So you believe he did it?
Do your job.
Of course, and so should you. You're a disgrace. Finish this quickly and maybe the next council will look favorably on you. Do you know anything about the seals? One of the big mysteries. You're the architect and you don't know? Security, it's the only bit of the island I don't
We have
design.
achieved perfection.
It is better for the council to design their security and keep the secret to themselves. That's fair. Anything about KHX? I do hope nothing bad has happened to him. When did you last see him? A couple of weeks ago. Henry, what do you know about the escape? Speak to the Grand Marshal. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? When I was with Witness, he got a call from Akiko. You would ask him about it. Thank you, Architect. Witness said the same thing. I'm just checking everybody's alibi because I know she's entangled with someone else. I just can't remember who.
We have achieved
I
perfection.
didn't see Miss Acid last night. She's probably in her little den. Go speak to her. Let's see. Julius?
Craft is its own
I
reward.
didn't. At the crisis thing, he said he was in his clinic. Did you
It is
see Yuri?
cowardly to insinuate
He's my
this.
secretary investigator. It'd be strange right not to see it. Right. So that was before you went to Witness's apartment. Yes, we concluded our business for the day, and he left to deal with the fairy woman from the Celebratory Gardens. That's fair. Is there anything you can tell me about Henry's movements? Grand Marshal. I've been in your bunker. Why was it coded only to Witness's blood vial? It embarrasses me to say it, but it was a lover's retreat. With like an MRI machine and shit? Okay. You kinky. I just like the design of the bunker and dropped my plan for them. It's set on you.
We have achieved perfection.
Spending time there with Witness sounds illicit, exciting, but things didn't work out. I haven't been in there in years. So I saw in the logs I pulled from
I
it.
don't like
So
this.
you definitely weren't experimenting on a killer demon in there. Absolutely not. Know anything about
Believe
demons?
what you want.
Besides the one that resides within the killer? Alleged killer. Nothing has been proven yet. Quite. The Marshal did an exemplary job of wiping the demons out. Was that enough to stop the corruption, though? Can you tell me about the secret panic room experiment?
Beg your pardon?
Where did you hear that? People talk. I abandoned that a long time ago. It was going to be a bunker of sorts. My plan was to dot them around the islands in case of attack. Syndicate members could hide in them. That surprised her. Anything about the murder of the Marshal Guard? No further insight. Okay. And she's not gonna know. You want to tell me what you were doing carving flesh from a god?
Do your job.
How dare you accuse me of a vile crime like that? That is the height of heresy.
The facts and the truth.
Crying Grudge
are
said it
not the
himself.
same. How dare you?
No such thing happened. I think it did.
This is nonsense.
Then you will need some evidence. You're accusing the leader of the Syndicate of one of the worst crimes imaginable.
I'm glad to be back.
Temporary leader. Alright, I need to find her chunk of meat. We found witnesses.
Craft is its own reward.
If no one knows how to get into the council building, and the next island is already built with a new council building, how will the next council get into it? A good question. If the seals on the next island cannot be breached, we will rebuild the council building. A perfect next island already sounds less than perfect.
We have achieved perfection.
Perfection requires adaptability. We will adapt. I'm just gonna run through this to see. Yeah, it's a secret. And Henry's possession. The dead zone is a reminder of the crime. Okay. So, we really need to find Carmelina's, chunk of god flesh, I guess.
Those crystals obtained.
We need to find and figure out what she was doing with that, exactly. Well, I have some ideas, but... ages ago, there was a ghost who wanted me to come hang out with her. And I've totally forgotten where she said she would be.
Investigation.
A tome detailing the first god to speak to us, Silent Goat. Known as the Holy Catalyst, or the First. During the Great Betrayal, he was captured outside Mahota Ending in India and tortured in the Crystal Caves. He gifted the Syndicate his dying power, allowing us to start the island sequences. A handwritten book about Crying Grudge. The god was captured by the Persian army during the Great Betrayal. The near-dead god was sprayed around the country, displayed above the palace. The cures of the god for... yeah, we've heard this story. This journal shows the records of who accessed the library vault. The vault indicates rare or forbidden books, mostly from before the Great Betrayal in our prehistory, or from dreadful cultures on terrifying planets. The most dangerous books in here are grimoires on demonology. The harrowing tome Dressed in Red is particularly dangerous and forbidden text. According to the records, a number of people accessed the vault over the course of the island, but the name that stands out is Yuri Knight. What was he doing in the vault? He accessed it several times, but mostly about 10 years ago. All of history recorded, especially the parts struck from the history of the real world. Henry's possession a decade ago is worth looking into. It's not unusual for a citizen to try communing with the gods, but if someone wanted a scapegoat, there are books in here that would help. The restricted vault contains ancient texts, forbidden grimoires, and harrowing cosmic secrets.
The investigator is
Some of
here.
those forbidden grimoires deal in demonology, performing rituals and summonings. All the good stuff for a curious mind looking to break the law. Library records show that Yuri accessed the restricted vault multiple times over the years. None of the dates that Yuri accessed the restricted vault stand out, except for a cluster of visits a decade ago. Henry caused a demonic invasion a decade ago. But performing an illegal ritual, did he get that ritual from one of these tomes? Henry said a stranger gave him books on demonology. Is that a coincidence? Or was Yuri up to no good? Right, I want to try and find, oh,
Key items
another
obtained.
red crest. And there's another one over there. a foot bath. Alright.
The investigate.
The water in paradise is good. My feet feel lighter. It must be the mountain water.
That's strange.
Hey, I do feel a lot lighter on my feet. This is
What the
strange.
hell?
Feels like I could double jump. Hop right over these walls.
Got it.
Double jump unlocked. Oh, good. I can now double jump and boost. Nothing is off limits to me now. Alright. The ghost lady, she was... Yo, if you take a relaxing dip in the spa, and suddenly you can double jump, that's good water. Cold, refreshing. Angle Ward? Angel Ward. A highball named after a district on one of the old islands. It was rife with unexplained crime before the Paradise Psycho Unit determined the demonic cause. The flavor changes each island in line with the new whiskey blend. What I want to find is, I gotta find the courthouse again. Alright, here's the front door.
Halt! This is a restricted area.
Yes, it is. Did you see Akiko on the night of the murder? Yes, she returned here after Henry escaped.
Don't test me.
Got a way to prove that. Our word is all you need.
When love dies, all
Hard to
that
believe
remains
the
are
word of
facts.
the Grand Marshal's loyal troops. What do you want, freak? I want Akiko's phone records for last night. They're classified.
Crime is repulsive.
I am the investigator. Grand Marshal Akiko is our leader, not you. You're deeply fucking unhelpful. Okay, the courthouse. No, Celeste is when having red hair lets you double jump. Having red hair is the lead cause of double jumping. And air dashing. So, really, Lady Love Dive fits right in, kinda. Alright, these are the citizen apartments, I think? These are the syndicate apartments.
Those crystals obtained.
Now, I really have to get to wherever the, I'm just wandering off. No, I am headed back towards the courthouse. Good. Because what I did was, I remember strongly, I went out the door of the courthouse, I took a turn up to, AHX's place. Hey, Shinji. I like Carmelina's dog. Not the only thing I do like on this shithole island.
I have a bad feeling about
You're breaking
this.
my heart. Don't get the wrong impression. You're near the top of the good part of the list.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
You've made my day, Shinji. Don't patronize me, Love Dies. Alright, I don't know why I'm checking the map. This isn't gonna fucking help. I gotta head away from the beach, though. I gotta head away from the beach. Well, that'll work. You can trade in collected ring pools from drinks to get Crimson Acid merchandise. Looks like someone didn't have enough before the island ended. That's a shame. Look, sometimes you just can't collect them all.
Those crystals are tamed.
It's tragic, but what can you do?
Relic
The work
obtained.
schedule for the River Power Station. The station helps distribute energy from the reality folding drive. I agree. It is kind of terrible. Ideally, you'd want a cool t-shirt with a hot goat lady on it before you get sacrificed to death. A tower that broadcasts music. Let's do piracy. Remember how her lipstick looked on the TV? And his lipstick, divine. I love those two. Well, late nights were better back then. Okay, I think I'm in the vicinity. Well, there's Yuri Knight. I don't want to talk to him right now.
Those crystals are tamed.
I still want to get a little more evidence on him before I, confront him. Citizen services. I've already cracked this computer. But yeah, I'm just, KHX lives on top of a hill. Was that the hill? It's theoretically possible.
Key item
A
obtained.
red crest. Good. A fissure in an obscure galaxy inhabited by a race of psychic lizard people. I want to get to know the psychic lizard people.
Those crystals are tamed.
This is not where I was going. But maybe I can see it from here. I think it's over there. Loosely. Oh.
Those crystals are tamed.
I am gonna not be able to find, like, so much. I'm sure. Alright, I go up.
Those crystals are tamed.
Does the ghost not show up on that vision? I don't think she does. Not the one I'm thinking of. I've got a fish ghost on my vision. No. I'm going... up towards KHX's workshop. Okay, so I have to go uphill. That's the only direction that's uphill. It's gotta be that way. Or no, that's the Syndicate building again, isn't it? What I need is to get into the mountain gorge and just walk. And this is the mountain gorge here. So maybe if I go over here, this is Sam's place. We're not ending this stream until I find that ghost again, because I'm curious about her. So, you know, buckle and or strap in for another 20 minutes of being completely fucking lost with Pants Ivy. It would probably be easier if I stuck to the roads. What's over here? That is... I am here, Citizen Housing. Shit. I am literally incapable of getting to my destination. I need a compass. The opulent ziggurat. No, I'm moving in the correct direction.
Plus crystal obtained. Plus crystal obtained.
I'm getting so many blood crystals. Oh, shoot. Alright, I found the beach. If I can find his body, I can look up and triangulate where he's supposed to came from. Or I can just, like, climb, I guess. So much caw. Why is there so much caw? Okay, I think his body is down here. So, by extension, I have to get up there. So, I'm going exactly the wrong way. Precisely. 100%. But, and this is a big but, I can climb. At least I know where I am. I'm in the fucking agri-field again. Up. Up. I ran out of up. The power of having an enormous dump truck ass is doing nothing for me in this situation, actually. I'm worried that it may in fact be holding me down. Souls bound by gravity can never... We must drop a colony on this island. It's the only way to be sure. Verticality, my nemesis! Okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. There is a bridge up here. The bridge leads there. I just need to go to the bridge, and then I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Bridges will save me. That's how this works. Where's the bridge? Where'd the bridge go? There's the bridge. The bridge will save me. This will do it. I'm going to beat you, Island. I'm going to defeat you in single combat. Like, Jeff Bridges? Well, no. I don't think Jeff Bridges is very helpful, really. I'm back at Sam's bar. Again. Where's the bridge? Sorry, Sam, I can't talk right now. I'm busy going crazy. Bridge. Is that an opening? No. There's the bridge, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I'm on the bridge. Now what? Yes, this looks familiar. I'm going back to KHX's place. Why am I going back to K? Because it's close to the graveyard. So is the Syndicate. The opulent Ziggurat. Ziggurat, rot. Hey.
Game saved.
Here's KHX's workshop. And there is the opulent Ziggurat. So, the graveyard. Yeah, right. I will unlock fast travel. I have like 19.
Starlight skins obtained.
It must be nice being an incessant yacht owner. It must be nice. It must be nice to have a yacht on your side. Symbols of medication. Is that really what it said? Medication, yeah. Because it's the doctor's yacht. Where is this schluckener graveyard? Y'all bury people, right? Alright. The mountain gorge. Well, that's the opposite of the direction I was trying to go. Oh no, believe me, I know what it's like to lose your ability. 13th island sequence. The shame of Lady Love dies. She is besieged by damned Harmony. He tries to let the God Hunters onto the island to kill us. Praise be to the Paradise Trigger for saving us. Paradise Trigger? Okay, here's the opulent Ziggurat. And around the side of it, here are the drag marks.
The investigator is here.
There's a sketch of something.
I don't like this.
Been scrubbed out in a hurry. This overlooks the obelisk and nightmare computers. Was this a sketch of what the obelisk revealed? Wait, maybe this isn't the tire tracks. Lydia's the only one on the island with a car. Oh. Looks like this is where the remote access into the obelisk terminal was from. Nice clear line of sight. Looks like Lydia found a spot up here 2 days ago and accessed the nightmare computer that holds a secret to the whole second holy seal. Maybe the crime last night was set up in advance. Lydia, I expected better. Well, I'm glad I stumbled on that. It's not the fucking graveyard, though. Wait, is that the graveyard? I think that's the graveyard.
Ha.
How do I get over there? I have to go around the other side. But believe me, I know what it's like to lose the ability to comprehend things. I'm starting to lose the ability to comprehend the nature of reality. Because I can't discern one thing from another.
Relic
So many
obtained.
things get dropped during the rush to be sacrificed at the end. Well, good. Now I have an adorable little crimson doll. There's money under here.
Blood crystal obtained.
Is there a...
Ha. Ha. Ugh.
Is this the fucking graveyard? No, this is KHX's place. I'm not sure I believe we have a graveyard on this island. Oh, good, drinks.
Relic obtained.
Statue mind obtained. A fruit juice designed to aid concentration during worship. Offered at a discount price during rituals. Alright, here I am in the ziggurat. Yep, this is a murder scene, alright. Let's add some more blood to it.
Relic
A carving
obtained.
about the god Moonlight Petal. Expert terraformer and architect. Built the eternal labyrinth in a dead star. Killed during the Great Betrayal in her endless city in Siberia. Her corpse is buried deep within the Russian catacombs. Maybe I have to go through here to get there. Hey, Shinji. There's an awful lot of random crap scattered around this island, isn't there? Their vigilance of life, their vignettes of life once lived. That's a poetic way of saying trash. You're just scooping it all up, are you?
Ooh, the investigator
The answers
is
to
here.
mysteries are everywhere. Sorry, I'm keeping you from your hobby of collecting garbage. Don't let me interrupt. He's not wrong. What are these? Oh my god. Okay, no. These controls seem to move the walkways across the pool. I wonder if I can find the right combination to let me cross. And two. Oh yeah, there, I can walk across now. Oh good, I can walk across. What am I walking? These?
Ha.
Ew.
Blood crystal obtained.
Flattery. Excuse me, is there a graveyard back here? Well, yeah, I could skip the puzzle, but... Come on, it's a puzzle! What are puzzles for, if not to solve them? Is there a graveyard here? Syndicate Graveyard. I've come home. Did that panther statue have a glitter butt? Probably. Everything else does. Hey, Shinji. What's up? Shinji? Oh, there he is. A real shame about the murder, isn't it? Hard to have a good time when everyone's so worked up. I'm trying, though. I really am. I'm off to hunt crows.
Those crystals obtained.
Here's a computer to hack.
Nightmare computer.
This is the grave of Aiz Kiwami. He was old school syndicate, one of the council members. The grave plaque says he died 25 years ago. There's an inscription, Heartbreakers, Lifesavers, and Brothers under the Cosmos. Okay, well, let's, let's assemble some dudes. Well, I need another line. Oh, this one. And they gotta be doing, like, arm stuff. No. 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 What the fuck are you doing with your arm, dude? No, that's like porn. No, really, dude, what the fuck are you doing with your arm? Not that. There we go, okay. Can't believe that took me that long. Leggy, arm. He's doing the woohoo. He's got a head. The head doesn't matter. You can leave the head off. Like, the head is largely unimportant. That's an arm. Nobody really needs a head, did you know that? We can all function fine without them. No, I need 3 small pyramids. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And a star. Wait, that's 4.
Got it.
Aiz Kiwami's blood vial. Island is built on blood. Blood connects all sequence. Yeah, there were 4. I was wrong. What Henry's blood?
Don't test me. Got it.
Damn, a match. Aiz was Henry's father. That's exciting. Council member had a relationship with a citizen, and now we have Henry. That gives Henry the council blood he'd need to break the blood lock on the third holy seal.
Key item obtained.
Alright, okay, we made our way to the graveyard. I don't see any ghosts in here. I don't see any ghosts in here at all. But we have been working for a while. So I am gonna go ahead and say we're gonna have some more Paradise Killer later. This game is really drawing on, but I feel like we've unlocked a large portion of the secrets. It's just... can't quite make it all add up. I feel like there's just something... I feel like there's just something big that I'm missing, and I don't know what it would even be. Well, I'll worry about that later. A guy posing dumbly and shirtlessly, that keeps anyone going. So it does. So it does. Oh, I'm getting into, like, rare achievements again. That's unsurprising. Himbo. I'm just checking to see if there is anyone I wish to raid into. The answer is not really. Being and right in front of my face, except I was distracted. That's likely. Well, I'm gonna get some rest. For my brain, at least. Export these videos to YouTube. Good night, everybody. Fare thee well.